California is now the first state to put guaranteed income in place. State lawmakers approving the $35 million program, which will hand out payments from $500 to $1,000 per month. And while California is handing out money to residents for doing nothing, data shows fewer people are filing for unemployment in states that cut the enhanced benefits. The 24 states that stopped offering the benefits experienced a 33% drop in new jobless claims compared to the 4% decline seen in states that didn't withdraw from the program. So, Joe, I'm going to go to you on this one. The universal basic income plans, that's getting increasingly popular. But what's different about these guaranteed incomes, unlike other government assistance where they have restrictions on how the money can be spent, the guaranteed income philosophy is that by just giving money without restrictions, that will help reduce poverty by decreasing stress. What are your thoughts on that?
And it de-incentivizes, I think that's a word, people to actually work, right? And I see it here in New Jersey. A friend of mine texted me just yesterday, and he said, you know, I'm seeing now in restaurants owners actually having to wait and bus tables because they can't fill jobs. And you were in New Jersey, northern part of New Jersey, Nicole. Have you seen more help wanted signs in your life than you're seeing this summer? I mean, you've got businesses that can't fill these positions because people are being paid to sit at home and watch Captain Kangaroo and not work. And meanwhile, the money has to come from somewhere. You can't just keep printing it. And basically, it's coming from people like us that are working, are derriere's off, and now we're getting taxed out the wazoo, and we're not really seeing the benefits of it. We're giving money to other people. So, look, I remember the Green New Deal. I'm old enough to remember this. It was 2019 when it was introduced, and there was literally a provision that said, quote, economic security for all who are unable and unwilling to work. I mean, imagine that. I don't have to work, and I still get paid. Wow, what a country. It's strictly socialism, and I don't like to use hyperbole like that, but that's what this is.
Well, first of all, I have two friends, local friends, who own restaurants, and they are both struggling to get people to come and work. So I absolutely have seen this firsthand. You know, so Leo, Joe makes a good point. I mean, you went to law school, I went to medical school. The one thing that doesn't come from guaranteed income are the skill sets for people to actually go out and get a job and climb that ladder. What do you think that the universal income will do? Will it actually push people towards getting gainful employment or push them away from it?
Let me think about that. Away from it. Let me be very clear, first of all. Joe is wrong. Joe's wrong about New Jersey. I live in the worst state in the union, California. Okay, we have it's horrible here. Last year, Dr. Nicole, I thought about leaving the state of California. It is horrific. Guaranteed income does what Joe Biden does the contrary to what Joe Biden said. Joe Biden said a job is dignity, respect. You give someone guaranteed income, they're not going to work. They're not going to have the incentive to even progress, to really enjoy the fruits of this great country. The question I learned in law school, why is this being done? We have the worst governor in the state being recalled. He's handing out free money all day, every day, and he's trying to save his job. This guaranteed income creates a larger welfare state in California. It's a bad idea. It doesn't motivate anyone to work, as you see in that survey. We're one of the states that continues to give federal employment benefits. We want people dependent on the government. That's the last thing a free society would want. Dependency on the government is horrible. Joe, you have no claim to the worst state. We have the worst state in California.
We have nice beaches. So.
All right. Well, it's called the Dirty Jersey for a reason. But so, Carly, you know, I will say that the one thing that I did see in this bill that I actually liked is, first of all, it was based on a pilot program out of Santa Clara where they were trying to help children who were graduating from foster programs, who were aging out.
Exactly.
But mind you, that Santa Clara program was privately funded, so it was given by private donors, not taxpayer dollars. But that is what they're saying. They want to prioritize those who are graduating from foster care, but then it doesn't stop there. It continues on.
Well, I'm so glad that you brought that up, because that's why I'm not totally opposed to this California plan. And it's $35 million, which is a relatively small pool of money when you consider how large California is. And this money is allocated towards pregnant women and kids that are leaving the foster care system. And I think that those people actually, especially the foster care kids, they may need legitimate help because they don't have mom or dad there to help them out. So I think this plan would be perfect if they gave that pool of money to these people if they can prove that they're going to school or trying to get a job. There should be a string attached to this, because the goal should always be to get people off of government assistance. I think safety nets are fine, but only for a limited period of time. And if you are an able-bodied person, you shouldn't be taking that money.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.